As we move on to our main event angle involving the returning Bray Wyatt, we got new music, we have a new set design, and, we got Wyndham Rotunda talking to us on Friday night, being extremely emotional. He was overcome with emotion for the fans, cheering for him, saying, "Thank you, Bray, welcome back." And he notes it's been a rough year for me, been a rough couple of years, losing people very dear to me. I lost my confidence. I lost my way. I thought none of this mattered, but you reminded me that it does. And you saved my life. In some ways, I saved yours because you walked up to me on the street saying that I've impacted your life in some way. I'm very appreciative of this. And the fans are cheering for him. We got the lights out. We got the fireflies flying. It's a beautiful, poignant moment. Comes from a real place, from Bray Wyatt, his true self. And then we get the cliffhanger. And this dude in a mask, who we presume is Bray Wyatt, a personality that's gone split on us, and he says the following. He tells Bray to come with him because your life's done. Forget the future and forget the past. You have no idea who you're dealing with, but you will. And there's an evil cackle, and SmackDown abruptly goes off the air before 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. It was eerie. It was creepy, but I loved it because we don't know where this is going. This is a long-term storyline for WWE. Is it 6 people rapping Wyatt? Is it 6 personalities of Wyatt? I don't know. But I like the fact that we got a glimpse into the real Bray Wyatt on Friday from the heart. And we got this dark, menacing person that's trying to tell him, hey, none of this matters. Join me. Forget all of this shit. And we're going to do what we're going to do. I don't know where it's going. I'm intrigued by it. I want to see how he tells this story via this framework of this is you. This is your autonomy as a performer. This is a story you're trying to tell, and I'm along for the ride. No judgment yet. I will say let's keep the supernatural stuff to a very bare minimum, but in terms of production and cinematics, I'm a fan so far. I love a good long-term story to get me through WrestleMania season. And I can't wait to see all of this is going to play out regarding who's going to be who in this group. And if really it's all going to be Wyatt having 6 different personalities, which could be a possibility as well, Jeremy.
Where do I start? Okay. I am not a Bray Wyatt fan. I do think that he is immensely talented. He is creative. He has an ability in the ring to tell a story that is not, that is acceptable to me, like on a level. With that said, like I want to be abundantly clear that he's good in the ring. He's good on the mic. He's creative. He's got all the boxes checked. But he does nothing for me, and his approach to wrestling does nothing for me. I find him to be self-indulgent and potentially ruinous towards the rest of the roster. And I'm open this time around to the idea that a lot of that was due to his creative vision not being able to be executed the way that he saw fit, and that could change this time around. What do I want to see out of this as a result? I do not want to see a slow, plodding 3 to 6 month build towards figuring out what's going on with Bray Wyatt. Is he good? Is he bad? Whatnot. I know that's what we're gonna get. I've made my peace with that, and so I will watch the Hulu cut the next day and figure out what I think of it after everyone else has their opinions on it. What I would like to see, though, is not a 6 faces of Foley kind of thing with Wyatt, but I kind of like an idea where that masked man was actually like a James Mitchell kind of type of character that was pulling the strings, and that all the Huskies, the Sister Abigail, the ones that showed up at Extreme Rules were actually sleeper agents that are going to get activated, and they're all going to pop at the same night with this like huge reveal, kind of like the Battlestar Galactica Cylons or whatever. Basically, like just one big moment where it all happens at once, where all of these people are basically called to their role. Maybe a couple of them aren't with WWE right now. Maybe Liv Morgan is Sister Abigail, and this whole Extreme thing is her going to get suddenly activated into this new Wyatt regime, clan thing, whatever. I would much be more interested in someone pulling the strings, and Bray Wyatt coming back, apparently like mentally clear and focused, and then he becomes corrupted because he was always programmed this way and someone else is pulling the strings. To me, that would be far more interesting than Bray Wyatt being the ringleader of this own thing. I feel like he needs to be a character in his own story, not the star of his own story.
And I do like that. And there are some names floating around as to who could be the characters for Huskus: Abigail, the Buzzard, Mercy, and Rabbling Rabbit. There are some interesting names out there. Some call-ups potentially from NXT. I'm interested in it. And I do love that idea of let's not have Bray be the star of the storyline. Let him be like a supporting actor in some ways to say who's really driving it. Is it really somebody behind the scenes, not him so much being the guy in the mask with the distorted voice? We don't know yet. But for the first week, I'm in. We'll see how it goes. This is his genius now. It's not Vince muddying things up. So we'll see how it goes in the months to come. So Scott, what are your thoughts on the end of SmackDown with Bray Wyatt's emotional promo, followed by the creepy guy in the mask telling us, hey, there's no hope for you. There is no life. Give up, give in, and just do what you need to do.
I thought the promo itself was excellent. I thought that Bray Wyatt, I think Bray Wyatt's an excellent character. I think he's an excellent actor as far as when he needs to convey an emotion, he's able to do that. He needed to convey vulnerability. That was the big emotion he was trying to get over. And I thought his vulnerability during this entire segment was just excellent. The cracking in his voice, the little things of when he heard somebody in the crowd say, I love you, just a look, I love you too. Like little things like that, just he was human. And he said at the beginning of his promo, like, this is me. This is the first time you're seeing me for me. I really, really, really liked it. I thought that was great. Where I started falling off was when the lights went black and we got the guy. And, I am hoping it's less Undertaker and more just kind of psychological type things instead of actual powers and stuff like that. But the idea of a James Mitchell type character for him, I do like that. The only problem with that is, well, not problem, but whoever that reveal is of who that the head is or who is pulling the strings, it's got to be somebody significant. It's got to be somebody on a Bray Wyatt level or greater, especially with the reaction that he got. So I love the idea. I just worry about who it could be. Now I think the reveal and everybody, like all of them being sleeper agents and it being people that we see every day, and then all of a sudden one night they all just start acting crazy. I love that. And I think that would be a great hook, especially with Survivor Series coming up. I think that'd be a great way to fill out your Survivor Series team, is by, each week a different sleeper agent wakes up. And I think I love that idea. I think that's a fantastic idea. But I guess, Jeremy, I have to ask you this. Who comes to mind as a name that's big enough or equipped, I should use that word too, to kind of lead this entire story? Because Bray's going to be a top tier guy, especially with the reactions he's getting.
The first guy that I thought of, and I'm not sure it really works or not, but within the ecosphere of WWE would probably be Kane.
Not Glenn Jacobs, though. Kane.
Could be Jen Jacobs. It doesn't really matter. The guy's crazy enough.
That's true.
That's true. Could be Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu could be the person behind the mask. That's entirely possible. I hadn't thought about it enough, but it was just one of those, like, there are people out there that I feel like could probably do it. You could even just go left field and have like Titus O'Neil be the guy just pulling all the strings on that one. But no, that would never work. I don't know. I really don't. But to me, like, if you're going to have Bray Wyatt orbiting this entire like world and everything revolves around Bray, it gets very tiresome for me very quickly. So if you're going to have like a universe in which Bray exists in, I want Bray to play off of all of that rather than everybody playing off of Bray. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, and very good idea. Hope it happens that way. This is Bray's vision now, and we'll see how it all comes together on SmackDown. He's exclusive to that show every Friday night, so expect shenanigans for months to come as we inch towards WrestleMania season.